Hello, Grade 3. This is Mr. Jeremy here to explain your practice for today's English video lesson. So this is a follow-up to what we reviewed in the morning. Today we will practice how to talk and write yes or no questions and yes or no answers about actions that happen at different times. So when we say different times, we can mean in the past, now, or anytime. Here is the teacher example showing you what to do on each slide. So look at the green sentence. It says write a question. And the orange sentence says write yes, no sentences. So how do you make a question and sentences? So first I want you to look at the timeline. Here you see a yellow dot that represents the past. So today at 8 a.m. in the morning, that's the past because now it's already the afternoon. Now is at this time and the future could be tomorrow. So if you notice, we want to ask and talk about only the past because now has a red line through it, so that means not talking about now, and also the purple dot, the future, has a red line through it, that means not, we are not talking about the future. Okay, so you also look at the picture. So look at the blue word here. It says they. So they will be the who in my question and in my answers. And then the red words are is the action or activity that you need to ask about in your question and also write about in your sentences. So my sentence reads, did they wash the dishes today? So they, we're talking about two people, Bill and Pam. Our action is wash the dishes, and we know it's in the past. And then my yes, no sentences, I have 3 different answers. You're only required to write 2. You only have to write 1 yes and 1 no. If you would like to do 3 or 4, that's up to you. That's more practice for you. So one of my sentences, if I answer yes, says yes, they washed the dishes today. No, if I answer no, no, they did not wash the dishes today. Another way to answer no is no, they didn't wash the dishes today. And remember, during our lesson, we had students that taught us that didn't is the same as did not. Okay, it's just putting did and not together, and it's a faster way of saying did not, didn't, okay? So look at this picture here. So we have a different timeline here. So on the timeline, I see that past, yesterday is one example of the past, is crossed out. I see a red line here. So I know that my question is not talking about the past. My sentences will not talk about the past. I see a blue dot here, now, which we know means at this time. So whatever time this is, that is what we're talking about because we don't see a red line through it. And then the purple dot, the future, has a red line through it. So the only time where we are talking about is now, at this time. So I need to write a now question. I need to write a now question about Pam. And I need to write about this action. It says wash the dishes. So I wrote, is she washing the dishes? So when I say is, I'm talking about she, Pam. Washing, ing, helps people understand that I am talking about now. Is washing, that's now. That's not the past, and that's not the future, and that's not anytime. Is she washing the dishes? So you have to write a yes and a no sentence for that question. That's number one. So here is the next one. So look at the timeline. So you have to decide what time are we talking about. Here we have who. We're talking about Bill and Pam. They, the blue word, is who. The action, wash the dishes. So you will write a question and yes or no sentences. Okay? They have to match, the question and the sentences have to match the timeline. That's where you see the dots, the circles, and the picture. Here's number 3. You'll write a question and write a yes and no sentence, so that's 2 sentences. Mom is who, clean the windows is the action. And look at the timeline. So what time are we talking about here? Okay. So what time are we talking about here in our question and our yes and no sentence? Who are we talking about? Who are we asking about? That's the blue word. Okay, the action or activity is what you see in red here, the red words. And then number 5, you'll do the same thing as the previous ones. Then if you need to review what we mean by any time, here's the slide, or now, or the past, before now. So we are practicing what we learned because soon we will learn new ways to write and talk about more different times. All right, grade 3, it was nice talking to you this morning, and thank you for all of your hard work. I will talk to you soon. Thank you.